All right, ladies and gentlemen, we absolutely need to discuss what Trump is calling Alligator Alcatraz, which is a new deportation camp that has now debuted in the Everglades. So if you are watching on YouTube now, what you are seeing is some raw footage from the detention center slash deportation camp slash what some people are calling a concentration camp as well. What I want to say, credit where credit is due first, in terms of the speed in which this was put up. So it seems like, guys, our elected representatives can get things done and at a pretty quick pace if they want to. So this was put up in just over a week. So remember that, guys, next time a politician lies or makes an excuse about why something can't get done or why it's taking forever to get done. But to provide you more context beyond just the video you guys just saw, I want to play you a clip from White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, who is describing the camp in her own words here.
President Trump will travel to the great state of Florida to attend the opening of a new illegal alien detention center located at Dade Collier Training and Transition Airport alongside Secretary Kristi Noem, Governor Ron DeSantis, Congressman Byron Donalds, and other state and local leaders. We hope to see many of you there. The facility is in the heart of the Everglades and will be informally known as Alligator Alcatraz. There is only one road leading in, and the only way out is a one-way flight. It is isolated and surrounded by dangerous wildlife and unforgiving terrain. The facility will have up to 5,000 beds to house, process, and deport criminal illegal aliens. This is an efficient and low-cost way to help carry out the largest mass deportation campaign in American history.
So, few things. First and foremost, before diving into a few things, the way she delivered that news, the inhumane practices here, the alligators surrounding, there's only one way in and the only way out is on a plane. The way she discussed how we're treating humans, and the inhumane nature in which we are treating humans with such glee. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but it just disgusts me. It's just off-putting immediately. But the estimated cost for this program, because she mentioned this being a low-cost way to deport people. She didn't mention, by the way, the legality of this, but with some of the Supreme Court decisions, guys, the unfortunate reality is Trump can he's basically like a king now and can do whatever executive order he wants. And it's now has to go through a bunch of red tape, and it's much harder now to fight back through the judicial branch. But the estimated cost for this is about $450 million. Now, keep in mind, the Trump administration always tends to underestimate the cost of things, but they say $450 million. And the kicker, guys, is that money is coming from FEMA funding partially, and that is only a yearly cost. So $450 million a year to fund this deportation camp. And I want to note, guys, there are still areas of Florida from hurricane season, previous years, who are still yet to be rebuilt because they are waiting on FEMA funding. So imagine you are someone whose home got destroyed, you're living in the state of Florida, and you found out they had $450 million. They quickly were able to just spend and build this structure in a week, yet your home still isn't rebuilt. So you can thank Ron DeSantis for that, if that is your situation living in Florida. Now, despite the cost of this, right, nearing $500 million a year, there has already been flooding. You guys can see on YouTube here video evidence of the flooding that has taken place in this deportation camp. But guys, the sad reality of it is they don't care. They are building, or they have built, this deportation camp in a very tenuous area, not just because of the alligators and it be calling Alligator Alcatraz, but guys, Florida and the Everglades, that is hurricane central. So if you are having 5,000, as Press Secretary Leavitt said there, 5,000 immigrants living there, and it is hit by a natural disaster, and there's only like one road leading in, it could lead to a mass casualty event for those who are stuck in the midst of a hurricane in the Everglades. Now, the reality of it, guys, and this is the sad truth, is they don't view immigrants, particularly those without proper documentation. I'm not going to use the illegal, alien, disgusting rhetoric because they're human beings, but they don't believe that these people are human beings or don't deserve the same dignity that I believe me and you, those of you listening, believe human beings should be treated with. And I want to double down with that, guys, just to get you to understand that over 90% of who ICE is detaining, over 90% of the people they're detaining have no criminal record. And the only quote unquote crime, which isn't like a criminal offense, is simply not having correct paperwork. And those are the kind of people who are going to be housed at this deportation camp. And it's not, once again, guys, I've reiterated this a bunch. The numbers they wanted, the mass deportations that they wanted, it never equated to the number of immigrant criminals. So they are, rounding up, they're deporting kids with cancer and their families. They're deporting people who are just trying to run local taco trucks or local restaurants. People working, at hotels or at apartment complexes, things like that. Just everyday people, guys, who are just trying to make it and really live that American dream. That is overwhelmingly the people who are being targeted, not people who are criminals. So with that said, these being human beings, guys, at the core of this, we have Trump joking about people getting attacked by alligators and snakes.
And with the alligator ALCATRAZ, is the idea that if some illegal immigrant escapes, they just get eaten by an alligator or a snake or something?
I guess that's the concept. This is not a nice business. I guess that's the concept. If snakes are fast, but alligators are, but we're going to teach them how to run away from an alligator, okay? If they escape prison, how to run away. Don't run in a straight line. Run like this.
The way this administration, guys, treats human beings and immigrants, particularly brown and black immigrants, is completely repulsive. Remember, this administration was happy to import in white immigrants from South Africa, right? There was no issue with that. But they are trying to get out as many brown and black immigrants as humanly possible. They don't fundamentally look at immigrants as human beings who should be treated with dignity. Who cares if an alligator attacks them? You just have to swerve when you're running. I wake up so often hearing news stories and reading things and having to confirm this is not from The Onion or an episode, episode of a TV show where they're trying to call back to like the 1400s. But nonetheless, we are here. As I mentioned earlier, many online are actually calling this a concentration camp. I'm curious to hear what you guys think below. So let me know in the comments below. For me, where I stand on this, and I think you guys can get my tone from this is just an inhumane practice. And it's just a Band-Aid for the documentation problem we have as a country, because that's at the crux of our issues. We don't know who's coming in because we have a documentation problem. We do not have a criminal invasion problem, as many Republicans would like you to think. And this is, once again, guys, just a continued attack on the immigrant community through fear and inhumane practices. They're even, guys, hawking merchandise for alligator ALCATRAZ, which is, once again, just disgusting and repulsive, but fits with the narrative of how they think about the immigrant community. Finish with this note, guys. They are already discussing building additional camps like this throughout the United States. So that's the unfortunate reality we are living in under Trump's America. Thank you for watching and being part of a growing progressive community. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have the time, check out some of my other episodes you can see around me. Thank you.